This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Ascending Knight Batman. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Mezco Collective box, with a Batman logo at the center in a gray motif. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images of the figure showcasing his multiple interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Batman out of the box. And man, yet another really awesome figure from Mezco. Everything that they keep doing just gets better and better, and the fact that they're giving us yet another Batman figure has me completely sold. I am so stoked and happy to add this figure to the collection, and I cannot wait to check him out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Batman does come with a ton of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, 7 interchangeable hands, a heavy assault bat brick, a grapple gun with 3 interchangeable grapple hooks, a wrist crossbow with trank darts, and 10 Batarangs. And lastly, he also comes with a circular base stand with the Batman logo printed atop. He also comes with a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with the clip. He also comes with an attachment for that arm with 5 bendable wires for posing around the cape. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Ascending Knight Batman. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Ascending Knight Batman. I cannot even begin to describe how excited I am to have this figure. Of course, I am a giant hardcore Batman fan, but man, everything that Mezco does to me is just incredible, and I have been stoked ever since they announced this whole Batman like through the ages and through his career line, starting off with Ascending Knight. Now what this initially is, for those who don't know, this is pretty much Mezco's take on first appearance Batman, like his first year of being Batman. He's a younger guy, you know what I mean, maybe early 20s, really learning the ropes and whatnot. So that's what this suit is initially inspired by. So I absolutely love this piece. I love the suit and the details in the spandex and whatnot. I think it looks great. The printed technology that they're using for all these like lines and whatnot, even like the knee pads, is fantastic. I love that they gave it some like texture and more detail. It looks really, really good. This bat logo is a separate sculpted piece that's just pressed into there. It looks really nice. I love this. Is supposed to be more of that old school logo, but if you remember, that old school logo didn't have like the bat ears. It was just really just wings. So I love the fact that they actually did add the bat ears to that. I love the gold. The gold on this belt is gorgeous. It's such a deep, rich gold metallic paint used for it. It is just so awesome. I love that so much. Great sculpted detail in the gloves and whatnot. You can even see some like bracers right there for the knuckles. Nice lace boots. Got some tread on there with some peg holes. All looks great. The head sculpts are just gorgeous. It is more old school with those big ears, real nice and tall, and kind of flare out to the side. I think that looks great. This cape is so insanely gnarly. It looks great. It is that pleather type material with an inlining of a different type of material. I think it looks really cool. But there's just a lot of cape. So if I stand him up here and just flare this cape out, I mean, you can see how it kind of just engulfs the entire camera. I mean, that is a lot of cape. And I love because you can actually do that thing where it's kind of like off to the sides like that, and it flares out because they have this crease right here, and these little printed on sections on the inside. You can kind of see that right there, to give it some shape to it when it is naturally laying down. So it gives it that look, and that's rad. I love that so much. So let's put that back over the shoulders like so, like that. And let's take a look at some of the accessories. So starting off, we do get your standard Mezco stand again, which I've always said are like the best action figure stands in toys. Has that more old school logo. I have the articulate arm attached to it. You also get this piece right here, with the bendable wires for posing around the cape. I know a lot of people hate that, but I personally, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. I actually am not a big fan of wired capes, because wired capes never really drape naturally down like this. And I personally prefer it to drape naturally, especially when it's like over the shoulder. You can't really do stuff like that. That looks very natural with a wired cape. We also do get interchangeable hands. You see I have some more open palm hands like this, and a close fisted one like so. So we can just take that off like so. It's on your standard Mezco peg. And then I will grab this hand right here, which is more of like his gripping hand. You can actually holster this little weapon right here, which is more like a little dart gun kind of thing. And then that is more like almost like it's attached to the wrist. It's pretty cool because lots of great paint detail and sculpted detail on that. You can slide that onto the hand like so. Get that on there as best as I can. Man, I really don't want to break this. Some of the smaller stuff does seem kind of fragile, so I'm always very weary when I'm putting it together. So you can hold that in that arm like that, shooting some kind of type of darts or whatnot. So whatever it may be. We also do get a grapple gun like that. This grapple gun is fantastic. Lots of nice paint detailing on that. It does really cool because we can actually pull out the little hook like so. So that's it pretty much collapsed. And we also get two versions of an open hook, so we can plug that in like this, like so. So now you have it like he's actually shooting out and whatnot. We also get another version like this that actually has like some actual string attached to it, but I never really use the ones with the string on it, but it's cool that we get the option. He can hold that in his gripping hand like so, but we also get a little clip on the back of the belt, so he can actually hold it back there too, which is very nice for holstering, so I do appreciate that. We also get a ton of these little Batarangs. We actually get 10 of these little guys. That's insane. I don't even know what to do with 10 Batarangs, but I guess for people who do like dioramas and displays, it's great to have a little arsenal. And he can't necessarily grip them, so what I did, I get this more open palm hand, and I kind of like stick them between the fingers, because you can stick multiple Batarangs, between the fingers like that, and you get something like so, which I think works out pretty well. We also do get this giant bat brick. It's like a big, heavy assault Batarang basically, and it does collapse and fold on itself like so, and that's pretty gnarly too, because you know that's for he wants to get serious and maybe like break through some doors or cars, or I don't know what he would use that for, but it's pretty gnarly that he uses this giant Batarang, and you can see how big it is compared to him. It is giant. It's literally the size of his like chest and whatnot. From what I found, it looks like the best way to grip it is this more open palm hand. And since the fingers are kind of gummy, that more softer pliable plastic, he holds it in like that, and you can just pound on people like so. That's pretty cool. I do like the fact that it folds up. Again, pretty cool to add to the arsenal, especially if you have like a diorama setup and whatnot. So pretty cool. But probably my favorite accessory in this bunch is the alternate head. So you pop this one off, standard Mezco peg, and we get an unmasked Bruce Wayne head. That is really freaking cool. I love that. And I'm hoping all the other Batmans, because they're supposed to be doing 3 Batmans in this particular line. A young Batman, you know, when he's first starting out, a more advanced Batman in his like the middle of his career, and then a later Batman when he's old, kind of like Dark Knight Returns type of Batman. So I'm hoping they do unmasked head sculpts for all 3 versions to kind of show his age. I think that'll be very cool. I am so stoked that we got an unmasked Bruce Wayne head. That looks fantastic, man. And I really like this masked head, but oh man, I kind of want to display him just like this unmasked. That's pretty cool. I like how they did that, because I have this one over here, you know, the Ben Affleck Batman, and I have this on display like this without the mask, so I think it's very cool. You have like a movie version and a comic book version of that, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to take this head off like so, and I'm going to put the other head back on like so, and now we're going to take a look at articulation. So the head's on a ball joint, does roll around like so, does turn left and right, up fairly far, about that much, down about that far, pivot side to side a bit. Arms can go all the way up about that much, which is very nice. Go all the way down, out about that far. I can go a little more up. There is no butterfly joint in there. Does rotate at the bicep. We got a double jointed elbow that bends about that far. Rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We got a double ball peg in the midsection from the crotch area into the upper torso. So that rolls around very, very nicely. Does rotate, pivot side to side, crunch forward about that much, back about that far. Hip joints that kick forward that much, back not so much. Can do the splits very, very nice. And that's what I love about Mezco. The soft goods that they use don't really hinder articulation too much. We can rotate in that upper thigh. We got double jointed knees. Again, love the printed like knee pads on the material. Rotation at the ankle, as well as going up and down, and a slight ankle rocker. That is one thing I will complain about, and I usually do complain about all Mezco figures. I wish they had a little better bit of an ankle rocker. So it's not great, but it's not completely terrible. I do love this a lot. So overall, man, Mezco, you keep cranking out Batman figures, and I'm just gonna keep buying them all up. I am so stoked because, it's well known, documented, that Mez is a giant Batman fan, and I'm right there with you, man. You give me every Batman possible, and I just shut up and take my money. So if you can find him, I know he's selling out very, very quickly. I cannot wait to get the PX version, the Mezco Direct version. I will have them all if possible. Probably not the Toy Fair exclusive. That's ridiculous pricey. But overall, another great figure. Just highly recommended, and he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to a couple other Mezco Batman figures in my collection. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a first appearance Batman from Mattel. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Ascending Knight Batman. Now overall, straight up, this is just one kick-ass toy. I absolutely love this piece. Everything that Mezco does with the quality, from the sculpt, paint, soft goods, and accessories, and even the articulation, is incredible. The fact that they're giving us so many different Batman figures in this line is incredibly rad to a diehard Batman fan like myself. He is so awesome, and I cannot wait to get the others. And if you're a giant fan of the Mezco toys, head over to Facebook and join my group, the Mezco 112 Collective Collectors, for all kinds of Mezco goodness. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.